budget, obviously, and that's why it was kind of like cool, and it was good. I'm very, very happy.
We'll go ahead and get...
I missed an opportunity in bar, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity today, so for me it's kind of like redemption.
We're pleased to be joined by our pole sitter, Elio Castroneves. Elio won the race here in Detroit in 2000 and 2001, and also won pole in 2001 and 2007. So Elio, back to your usual tricks back here in history in Detroit, performing very well on the street circuit, obviously in a different configuration. You mentioned wanting redemption from Barber. How rewarding is this pole experience here?
Yeah, it feels great. Like I said, the Hitachi guys did a great job, not only here but all month long, coming back from Indy, converting those cars and getting ready, you know. And I'm excited. Like I said, it's Roger's background. I'm biased because I got my first win ever here, so I really enjoy this place, and it's awesome because the cars dial in, and when you have a car like that, it's like I said, you don't want to miss an opportunity. So it was tough qualifying because of the weather, you know. I mean, it's right first thing in the morning, so you didn't have kind of like a warm up or anything like that. But at the end of the day for us, it was just outstanding, and good job for everyone.
Bruce.
Waking up early in the morning, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
You know, there's like 6 hours before you go out and go racing, so how are you going to spend that time between qualifying and the race?
Well, it's better than actually qualifying Saturday and race on Sunday. So it's less hours to thinking about it, which means it's better because you don't think too much. When drivers think too much, that's a problem. But yesterday we were already focused a little bit on the race. Now we've 100% focused on the race, and we just gonna go for it.
Lewis.
Elio, Paul Page was saying a number of drivers touched the wall. Did you?
Yes, I did. I did touch the wall in the second practice, second qualifying, coming out of turn 13, and that was the fastest lap.
Didn't want to hit any harder, huh?
No, it's just a Montoya style.
Yeah. He comes in like this.
Montoya style. So,
Just to follow up, do you see that happening in the race? You're going to use the wall as a...
no, it's you know what? It's not gonna last long.
But man, it worked so well for you in qualifying. I really feel like you should give it a try.
It's funny because I was having a little bit of oversteer. Somehow it was better. So one of those things.
I guess your engineers are fired if you hit the wall and it gets better.
No, he did a good job, Jonathan, actually, because everything we did so far coming out of the truck, the car was spot on. So we're ready. Let's go racing.
Before we continue with questions, we'll go ahead and introduce James Hinchcliffe, who will be rolling off second in this afternoon's Duel 1 of the Chevrolet Indy Duel in Detroit, presented by Quicken Loans. James, this is going to be your best start here in Detroit. I'm sure you're hoping to turn your luck around here at this track.
Yeah, best start by a big margin, but I'm not what is it, counting my chickens just yet. This place and I have a pretty tumultuous relationship up to this point, so hopefully, you know, I mean, this weekend's been really good so far. United Fiber Data car was solid in practice. It's just so tough here. You know, you come from the greatest, grandest, smoothest, most open track that we race at to a tight, twisty, bumpy, multi-surface street track, and it's such a tough adjustment. Tough for the drivers to attack, tough for the engineers to get a handle on. So, you know, to come here with a good car yesterday was great. Today was, you know, very challenging with the red tires only having one, maybe 2 laps in them. You really have to go, you know, full attack right from the get-go on a track with, you know, 0 margin for error. But no, again, really happy with the car. Congratulations, Elio. That was a hell of a lap. I think we knew in Q1 that was a pretty high bar he set. So you know, I think we all kind of felt like we were racing for second in a sense at that point. But tomorrow hopefully is a different, or sorry, this afternoon. God. Yeah. This afternoon hopefully is a different story.
We've all said it. More questions for Elio and James. Yes.
Elio, congratulations. You've got a little bit of a gap over second, too. Have you guys found a little something? I know you want to share it.
No, like I said, it's just a good combination between all 3 drivers. You know, Pablo did a great job getting his first fast 6. Unfortunately, yesterday we got a little into the wall, and probably that was the thing when you come back from that. It's tough, but we all 3 of us working together, and But at this point, the car is spot on. Thank you, guys.
Lewis?
It's for him. All right, I gotta go and work in the race car.
Yeah.
She'll meet you tonight.
You sure no more questions for him? I mean, we don't need to let him go just yet.
I've always found it interesting that Detroit or parts of Michigan are north of Canada. Other than Toronto, is there some extra, you get extra fans, extra pressure when you come here to do a...
Not extra pressure, just extra enjoyment. Because I mean, I'm lucky. I'm one of the few drivers that has a race in his hometown, and I almost feel like I get a second one, because we are so close to the border, and we do get a huge Canadian contingent coming down here. So it's definitely special for me to come here and really enjoy seeing all the Canadian flags and meeting all the Canadian fans. It's cool.
Yes. We have a question right here up front.
Talk about the rivalry within the rivalry with Honda and Chevy, and you're in Chevy's backyard, and Honda's had success here, and how manufacturers are good for each other, good for the sport, good for you, but the money and mind behind these huge companies. Just talk about that dynamic of the sport.
Well, I think it's been one of the huge turnarounds since 2012. We got a new car, but at the same time we had the manufacturer war come back, and I think that is the heart and soul of competition in IndyCar racing. When we have two manufacturers pushing as hard as Honda and Chevy are. I've worked with both, and they're both fierce competitors. It's just that extra dynamic I love about it. I wish we had a third and a fourth, and maybe even a second chassis manufacturer one day, kind of get back to how it used to be. But right now the competition is so fierce, it's so tight. It's great having these companies, putting these kind of resources into IndyCar, both from a competition point of view and a commercial point of view. It's massively beneficial for the sport in that regard. And Honda's had success at this track in the past. I think we lost one of the bullets in the gun with Pagenaud's penalty, unfortunately, because I know he would have been quick and another Honda up there. But it's a long race, and hopefully we can keep that trend going here.
James, you've been qualifying pretty well this year, and then you've had bad luck on the track. How do you get your head around that?
When you look at the races, I guess coming into the season, qualifying was a big focus for me. Ray, in no uncertain terms, kicked my ass last year in qualifying, and I spent a lot of time in the off season thinking about that, working on that, and it's great. I think this is our second place start this year. So obviously we're doing something right, and the results in the races, whether it's been mechanical or getting caught up in other people's incidents, whatever it's been, it's been hard to swallow, because we've been doing as a team. The UFD car has been doing a great job. The speed's been there, road courses, street courses, super speedways now. And the results haven't been. So it is tough, because you feel like it's all these missed opportunities. If you get crashed out of 18th, you're like, well, we were going to get like 4 points today anyway, so who cares? But when you get crashed out of the top 5, it's a big hit. We take some comfort in the fact that the speed is there. The hard part's going fast. Finding the speed is the most difficult thing to do in an IndyCar. And the fact that we've been able to do that week in and week out, we're sleeping okay because we're doing a good job. And a lot of the poor results have been factors outside our control. So we just got to keep qualifying up front and keep racing up front. Eventually, one of these things will turn around in our way.
Bruce.
What do you think of that Hawksworth kid? He seems to have a lot of talent. He qualifies very well. What's he like to race against? And does he kind of remind you a little bit of yourself about 4 or 5 years ago when you were trying to come up the ranks?
He's got a much cooler accent than I ever did. He's tremendously talented. We saw that all the way back to Star Mazda when he first showed up in the U.S. and had a kind of on and off year in lights. I think he still has a lot to learn on the ovals, just as anybody coming into this kind of racing does. But he's shown the pace, and that car went really quick with Felipe last year in a couple races. So we know the team's very capable, and Tom Malloy's a very good engineer. It's obviously got a good engine in it. But no, he's doing a good job, and qualifying is a little more natural because it's that one lap finding the maximum, and for sure the races are a big step up for a rookie to deal with that kind of a distance and manage tires and safe fuel and all that stuff. But he seems to have all the right ingredients to be a very competitive guy moving forward.
Any more questions for James? James, good luck this afternoon.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.